Hey guys, welcome back to another JC Tennis video. So today we're going to talk about this story about Taylor Fritz. He was on a podcast in the last few days, and he had some quotes about what he wishes he could do on a tennis court right now that he's currently unable to do. He's a very self-aware guy by the sounds of this quote. So yeah, we're just going to hop right into it. So last week, Fritz won another grass title. It was his first title of 2025. He won the tournament in Stuttgart, beating Zverev in the final. It's like his fourth or fifth straight win over Zverev, I think. He's just dominating that head-to-head. But it's a positive sign for Fritz, obviously, winning this title, but he has now admitted that he has some limitations in his game. So during the conversation, Fritz was asked about his game and what he thinks he does well as what he thinks he could improve. Fritz praised his mental resilience, but claimed that he was a bit limited in his shot selection and wished he had more variety in his game. Yeah, I think one of my best abilities on the court is my mind and thinking, and I think really well on the court. So he thinks he's a mentally good player tactically. I don't think this is much something about being mentally strong, but he praises himself tactically in the way he thinks through a match. But then he says, I wish I had more shots so I could do more things. I'm somewhat limited in all the different strategies and stuff I can do because I have to play at least some way to my game. I mean, if you watch Fritz, it makes sense. He's not going to have the variety of a guy like Alcaraz. He does have to kind of play big from the baseline, make sure he hits his serves, all the stuff when you watch Taylor Fritz. And it's really just most of these top American tennis players over the last 20 years kind of play this same big serve, first strike tennis. There's not much variety with these top American players, and Fritz fully acknowledges that he doesn't have that. And a note on what he said about praising his mind and thinking, I really think all of these top tennis players think they're very good with their thinking, and why wouldn't they be? I think all these guys think they think very well on the tennis court. I remember Kyrgios said, and this is Kyrgios, so take it with a grain of salt, but he thinks he's just the master because he doesn't have a coach. I think he had a quote saying he thinks better than the big three did, and he's tactically better than they were, which, hey, he's beaten all of them, so maybe he's right, but no, he's definitely has some ego with that statement. But I think all these top tennis players think that about themselves. The one guy I think that wouldn't think that is Zverev, because, man, he's a mess when it comes to that stuff, and I think it cost him against Djokovic at the French, and it's cost him in countless other matches not being able to adjust and do more with his game. Fritz had a little bit more to say. He said, but yeah, I never want a coach to just tell me something and I just blindly listen. I want to understand why they're saying that, and then maybe some situations, once we talk it through, I still decide that I think my way of thinking is the right way to do it. Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to look at it. You never want to just blindly follow. I think Fritz, he's a professional. He's been around for a while. He knows what he has to do to play his best tennis. He's playing great right now. He's really good on grass, and I think not enough people realize that. He's won a few grass titles. He hasn't made a deep run at Wimbledon. He's made a quarter, I think, and he lost to Nadal, but he hasn't made that Wimbledon semi yet. But this could be a good opportunity because not a lot of top players play their best on grass. It's really, you got the top three guys, Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic, that we think are going to be there, but the Zverevs and the Medvedevs of the world don't play their best on grass, and Fritz seems like a guy that's trending. He has some history of playing good in these tune-up events for grass. I think Wimbledon will be a good opportunity for Taylor to go deep. He really needs some points to stay in this kind of top 5 area where he's been for a few months now, so yeah, it's great to see Taylor trending in the right direction. He really hasn't been so far in 2025, but this is looking great for him, and it's great, these quotes, great self-awareness. He's a guy that's gotten the most out of his game, I think, and hopefully he can continue to do more and more of that. So that's really all I have for this one, guys. Love Taylor Fritz, and I'll be back soon for another video.